Welcome to my channel, a warm, thoughtful space where timeless wisdom meets real-life transformation. And today, we welcome you into a conversation that may just reshape the way you see your home and, more importantly, the way you feel within it. If you've ever stood at the doorway of a room in your house and felt your breath catch, not because of beauty, but because of the overwhelming sense of too much, then this message is for you. If you've ever looked around your space and felt the quiet ache of knowing that you're surrounded by things but still somehow feel empty or burdened or stuck, then this is your invitation to explore something different, something simpler, something deeply rooted in centuries-old traditions of balance, clarity, and peace. Today, we open the door to the German secrets of living without clutter, not as a quick fix or temporary solution, but as a way of life, calm, intentional, meaningful. These aren't just tips for tidying. They are lived principles of presence, of creating space for what truly matters and releasing what doesn't. This is not about minimalism in its starkest sense, nor is it about throwing everything away. It's about making choices, thoughtful, conscious choices, based on values, on rhythm, on inner peace. And these German-inspired ways of living have stood the test of time, quietly shaping lives and homes into places of functionality, grace, and serenity. You don't need a sprawling home or the most expensive storage systems. You don't need to become a different person. What you need, perhaps, is to rediscover yourself, the version of you that craves less noise, less mess, less pressure to hold onto things that no longer reflect who you are. In German culture, simplicity is not an aesthetic, it's a value. It's a commitment to clarity in both space and mind, to systems that support peace, to rhythms that nurture daily life without chaos. Imagine waking up in a home where you know where everything is, where every item has a purpose and a place, where your surroundings reflect your current life, not a past version or a fantasy you feel obligated to live up to. Imagine a life where your mornings are calm, your routines are smooth, your closets open with ease, and your mind feels just as spacious as your environment. The German approach to clutter-free living begins with this mindset. Everything in your space should serve you in some way. Whether it brings you joy, serves a practical function, or supports your identity in this current chapter of life, it earns its place by what it gives back to you. There is no room for excess just because it was once expensive, or gifted, or sentimental in a way that now feels like a weight. There is no need to keep things out of guilt, out of fear, out of habit. Instead, German simplicity invites us to examine our homes and our hearts with honest, compassionate eyes and ask, does this serve me? Does this reflect the life I want to live today? Because if it doesn't, it might be time to lovingly let it go. This journey isn't fast. It's not about one weekend purge. It's about shifting your relationship with your belongings, redefining what enough looks like, and slowly curating a space that breathes with you, not against you. In Germany, it's not unusual to see homes that are modest in size, but rich in meaning, homes where every drawer opens smoothly and every cupboard is organized with intention. The culture emphasizes not just order, but sustainability, quality over quantity, and longevity. The fewer things you have, the more you can care for them. The fewer distractions in your space, the more you can truly rest, focus, connect, and feel grounded. The secret lies not in constant tidying, but in not having to tidy so much at all. And to get there, you start with awareness. Walk through your home as though you're seeing it for the first time. Notice what you automatically tune out. The pile in the corner, the drawer that won't close, the surface always buried under clutter. Notice how those things make you feel. Over time, we become numb to our environments. We stop seeing the clutter, but we still feel the effects, stress, irritability, decision fatigue, even shame. And yet, every object we own is a relationship we're maintaining. Is it a loving one? A draining one? An outdated one? Ask yourself gently, what would this space look like if I only kept what I needed and loved? What would it feel like to come home and exhale? Germans have long embraced the practice of Ordnung, a word that translates to order, but really means so much more. It speaks to a way of life rooted in structure, logic, and calm. Ordnung is not restrictive, it's freeing. It's the structure that allows flow, the system that supports freedom, the container that holds peace. And it starts with simplicity. In your kitchen, this might mean keeping only the utensils you actually use, donating duplicate tools, and clearing countertops so that cooking feels joyful, not chaotic. In your closet, it might mean letting go of clothes that no longer fit your body or your lifestyle, and choosing pieces that feel like you, that make you feel confident and at ease. In your storage areas, it might mean questioning why you're holding on to things you haven't touched in years, and whether those things are anchoring you to a past that no longer serves your present. The beauty of these practices is that they're deeply personal. What brings one person peace might feel empty to another. There's no one-size-fits-all simplicity. But the German way reminds us that less is not less. Less can be more time, more peace, more clarity, more joy. And as we begin this transformation, we discover that the real clutter wasn't just the stuff, it was the mental burden of managing it all. Clutter is a silent thief of time and energy. It demands your attention, even when you don't realize it. A home filled with excess becomes a home that requires constant maintenance, and it chips away at your energy, your focus, your joy. But when you shift into a home of intention, where what remains is truly aligned with your needs and values, something powerful happens. You begin to feel lighter. You begin to make decisions faster. You begin to move through your space with ease. You begin to remember what it feels like to breathe deeply and rest fully. And these changes ripple outward. They affect how you start your day, how you connect with others, how you experience the little moments that make up a life. So the German secrets to never living in clutter again are not secrets at all. They are simple truths we already know deep down, but have perhaps forgotten in the rush and noise of modern life. Choose less. Choose well. Choose with care. Let go of what no longer serves. Create systems that are easy to maintain. Store like with like. Designate a place for everything. Let your environment support your daily rhythm, not fight against it. Repair what is broken or release it. Be intentional with what you bring in. And above all, trust yourself to know what you need. Not what others say you should need. Not what your younger self once clung to. But what serves the version of you who exists now. Wiser, softer, clearer. This is not about chasing an ideal. It's about coming home to yourself. To your values. To your breath. Your home is an extension of your inner world. And when it feels calm, open, intentional, you feel the same. So take one step. Open one drawer. Make one decision. Celebrate one small victory. And let the journey unfold, gently and fully, in its own time. And if this message resonates with your spirit, if it stirs something quiet and true inside you, then I invite you to become part of our growing community by subscribing to Wise Elders Insight, where women like you are finding their way back to peace, one choice at a time, one breath at a time. You are not alone. You are supported. You are already on your way. Welcome home.